Hey, this is Joe. Welcome. Good afternoon. Hey, or good morning, or good evening, depending on where you're at in the world. I'm sending this message out from near Chicago, so best wishes and love from here on a beautiful day, Wednesday afternoon. So I'm just here to channel another message. Based on my experience in the awakening process. And if you're getting this message, you're most likely in the in the process, whether you like it or not, or know it or not, not like it or not, but whether you know it or not, you're most likely in the process. And the information I provide is from my experience, which is going to be very similar to everyone because it's basically it's the same process for everybody where everybody's got to work on their inner feelings or inner emotions, unblock emotions, unblock traumas, unblock and release from our bodies. And really the only way, one of the best ways is to releasing is breath work through meditation and um, talking, also talking like into a phone like I'm doing now, whether you're doing it on video or whether you're doing it person to with yourself, which I recommend. I do that all the time, is to talk to the phone. And it's really, then you listen back to it at it and you're like, oh well, you actually can hear the tone of your voice, you can hear what you're really feeling, because when you're speaking it, yeah, you might be angry or frustrated or whatever, but when you hear your own voice, you can kind of relate to more of what's going on inside you. So that's my recommendation is doing that. Nobody's gonna call you crazy either, because it'd be like talking on the phone, and like we are, like we we do every day, so nobody would really know. So and meditation is the key. It's such a easy and a simple tool. Not that it's easy to start doing, but it's really simple. Like it took me over 2 to 3 weeks to be able to sit more than 5 minutes down, and not only just sitting down for more than a couple minutes, but also just trying to focus on my breath and calm down, because the what do you call it? I was so overwhelmed, so overstimulated with trying to do things every day, trying to be more productive, more efficient, all that stuff, which they've ingrained in us to be as as what do you call it? The best version of ourselves for what this current 3D world is basically concerned with. But really, in itself, the this process of awakening is basically removes the blinders, and you see what what you're doing on a daily basis. You see, and you slow down through meditation, and you can see, and you see your thoughts. You can see what emotions come up. You release them. It's really simple to release. You can just dictate it by saying, I release this thought or this emotion, this feeling. It no longer resides with me. Resides within me, and I release it from my being and my behalf. So it is, and on my behalf. So that and so it is. So that it is for your betterment by doing that, and just however you want to word it, whether I release it and it's in and it no longer affects me, and thus I am no longer affected by it, and so it is. So there's things like that you can come up with that are very simple phrases, and through dictation, or you can just do it simple through your mind. When I see, like, it comes up in a cloud, where a thought or a word or an image comes up, it's just I kind of like picture it like throwing it in the trash, taking it, crumpling up, throwing it in the trash. So visually kind of imagining that, and that's kind of what I do. Um, and to this day, it's like, obviously I started the awakening process over a year and a half to 2 years ago, um, and through it all, I'm still going through it. I mean, it's not like I don't think we will ever be out of the process until we leave our bodies. So it's just a graduation. It's a graduation from that once we leave our bodies. But with now and with where we're at, it's the more and more humans that go through it, the better we are. As better we are as individuals and as family and through families, and as we heal ourselves, we're healing our families, because our families are a reflection of ourselves. We're mirrors of each other. So when you, and the more you do your inner healing, you do your inner releasing, the better the relationship you'll have with your family members and those that are most close to you. And not only that, but you'll also feel better yourself. You'll feel enlightened. You'll feel lighter. You'll feel um, what do you call it? You feel more. How do you say? You can think clearer. You just feel. I mean, it's like almost like putting another body going and kind of removing all the baggage. It's like just like if you're carrying a backpack with 25 pounds of potatoes or something, and each day you're removing a potato, it just feels, you feel that much lighter. It's like you remove all the baggage from your your backpack, or your body, your emotional body has to carry all this. And like, I grew up in a family where we didn't talk about emotions or anything, and I mean, over time, there's a ton of accumulates. I mean, over the years, and it's and I mean, like everybody, we go through this process for that same reason. We chose as souls to do this work at this time, not only for our own evolution and to stop the furtherment, not furtherment of it, stop the further, how do you say, the further, excuse me, further, what do you call it, I'm trying to think of the word, further of the thing, handing down like addictions, and handing down traumas and stuff like that from family member to family member and stuff. A lot of this stuff we don't even know we had. And when you do and you remove these blockages, you use also sound bowls. There's a lot of people on the internet are using sound bowls, and you just listen to those. That helps to also break up the your emotions inside you, so that they can release. But the healing you do then removes your family, or alleviates your family from having to do all the work you're doing, because you're doing it, and your children and your grandchildren and all that, they won't have to do all this work because you're doing it. And that's what you're here for, is to stop, be the, how do I say it, the blocker for not, or I would say, the remedy for your family to release all the family traumas, the addictions, the ailments, the illnesses, the, what do you call it, emotional traumas, the whatever. There's a long list, and every individual and every family is different based on the family. So, I mean, the process is the same, where you have to focus on yourself, your breath work, and going and grounding your feet in the ground, on bare feet on the ground, helps to anchor the earth, which helps you release as well. So I mean, through speech, talking out the issues help as a great help for releasing. Jumping up and down, like jumping jacks, or skip, what is it called? Jump roping also helps to move energy around. If you have, for example, if you get down on the meditation and you feel crappy, but you can't cry, or you can't whatever, doesn't feel like the emotions coming out, you can do simple just jumping jacks or whatever, or jump roping, and then it helps move the energy around to get it out. And that's key. is that the human body is made to move for movement, and like most of us, like myself, are and when you're in an office job, you don't move that much, and not only that, if you don't, you add not moving that much during the day to stress through and for being productive at work, and then you add that to the stress at home, and then you add that to whatever other stresses you have, and or illness or other people in your family that you have to take care of. Then it just it adds up, and if you don't do these exercises each day, it becomes. It really turns into your body can only handle so much, and then it turns into disease. So whether it's mental disease, um, or physical disease based on emotions. So it could be even both. But once you start, if you do have ailments like that, once you start doing this work, and you'll see that you'll see improvement. So I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to say it's going to cure everything, but I can tell you that I'm feeling 150% or 200% better than when I was when I started this process. And plus, I can say that I truthfully say that that I can sit down like now. I'm almost 11 minutes into the video, and I have I have no problem with continuing to talk. I love to talk, and I love to share my experience. So, and I can do that with ease. So for not only for my purpose is to help you guys to get through this process. It is difficult at times. It is a roller coaster because God, your divine team, is also here to help you, and they're here because what happens is during the day is like my experience is whatever traumas or itchies, whatever traumas or emotional issues you have. Like for example, during a day, I would be presented with different issues where people would either ask me for money and stuff, and whether obviously, and whether I'd give it to them or not, or or people would glare at me or do something and basically see if I react. And the divine universe does the school of life is that he puts us through different scenarios, different. Whether whether you have, if you're just scraping through like I was, that you're scraping through, and then you have other family members you have to support. What are you going to do? Do you decide to also help the family members as well, or do you just think about yourself? And my choice is always I try to help others, even though it may affect, may affect us as well. But it's the betterment of trying to get better. For the betterment of my family members as well as myself. So that's the things is that that the different things that come up during the day are for your how you say it, for you to reflect on, to see what decision you make and why. And if you reflected, go back and say, well, I didn't give him and a guy an extra couple of dollars, or didn't tip a waitress and a waiter an extra. Rather than 10%. Rather than 20% or above, you only give them 10%, or things like that. Or whether you just reacted negatively to a person's response to you during the days. Those are the things that count, and those are the things that you have to understand that your and what your inner feelings are. Whether you criticize people, judge people, that's a huge basically no, because we're all one. So you're basically we're all one with the universe. So, and I'm a reflection of you, and you're a reflection of me. And if we criticize each other, it's really you're criticizing yourself, because whatever I am, and whatever I am is a reflection of you. And that's basically the current kind of that's how we learn, and that's how we understand how what things we have to our inner, what they call it, shadow work, and understand what triggers us and why. Because you're getting triggered by somebody, then it means that there's something inside you that needs to be addressed. And it's and the first, I would say, at the first conclusion, or the first thing we usually do, and I myself included, is you deny it and say, oh, that's not me, it's that person's the what do you call it, the culprit, or the problem. And at the end, and truthfully, it has something to do with you. And criticizing that other person doesn't, one, help you reflect on your inner, I would say, trauma or inner problem that you have with either like money, with it could be emotional, or you don't like to address issues, or you don't like to speak about what your feelings. It could be many things, but in the end, the most important thing is that when you see these traumas come up, that through other people, and you see these triggers come up, is not to overreact. That's why you have to do the meditations 3 times a day. Once before you get up in the morning, once when you come home, and or even before you come home, just park your car in a parking lot and do it, and then once before you go to bed. And really, that's the most important thing about it is that you're silent. You don't have headphones on or listen to music if you don't have to. The best thing is to be silent and with yourself, and just see what comes up, emotions, ideas, images, and then write them down. Get a journal and write all this stuff down, because it's to your benefit. Whatever you go through in a day, whether good or bad, it is for your benefit. It is for you. And that I would say at the end of the day, there's really, 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 some days are really, really tough, and the best advice I have is to be grateful for those days. And I'm telling you, it's really tough, because when you get, it could be the day where you have a flat tire, you had to walk home, and then whatever. It's just multiple things. It feels like it kind of feels like that everything happens to you at once, and it's really kind of, universe, God is testing, one, your level of resilience and your level of patience, and the level of how can I say it, calmness and tranquility that you remain when things happen. You don't just jump off the blow a fuse on anything that happens. So, and like I said, I've had really tough days, and at the end of the day, it's just trying to be grateful for it. It is difficult, but it is possible. And the thing is that when you are grateful for those days, it seems like they're less and less, because you're understanding that things are happening for you. So I hope this message resonates with you. If you made it this far, I bet it did. And like I said, I'm here for you. This channel is for the purpose of everybody communicating that is going through the process. It's a place of how do you say it? It's a place for everybody to be able to trust in knowing that whatever I'm saying is from my experience. Obviously, I'm not a doctor or anything, so I only can tell you from my experience, and whether it resonates with you. If it doesn't, then just swipe on by. It's not an issue. And if it does, I hope you can use these. My best wish is for you to use these tools. The universe, your spirit team and angels are sending you information every day, all day. They're persistent in that. They'll send you angel numbers. You can look it up in a book, and you just look up those numbers and see what they are telling you. That they're always doing that. They're dropping feathers. They're sending birds. They're always sending signs to you for your how do you say, for you to understand they're your cheerleaders, as well as your guides and your protectors and everything else that you can think of. So I'm here as just a physical presence, so that you have a safe haven or a place to ask questions, to to know that, I mean, that there's a way through it, and I did it, and doing it, and that at each day and over course of days and weeks, you feel much better and much better. It's like, how can I say, it's like it's like you can't explain it really. It's just a feeling of just perseverance and a feeling of of oneness. Really, it's oneness with the universe. When you know everything is of it, and we are of it, and we're fractals of it. It's just experiencing life through us. And when you understand that, is not then when you understand that we're all one, and we're all part of this, and we're all in this together. So however I can help you is as that, and us helping me and humanity and the universe to evolve, and consciousness to elevate, as well as humanity to become a better, how can I say, society, to better, how can I say, a better earth, and that we help earth being to also become more conscious and more, how can I say it, healthy, and more and help raise the consciousness of the earth as well. So all this is happening with just everybody's individual effort to help better themselves. It's like I say, if you want to make the world a better place, you have to start with you, and that's it. I mean, so that's and that's pretty much where I'm gonna leave it, because that's it. You can start with you, and everything else from there. And like I think it's like a when you throw in a rock into a calm lake. Once the paddle of the rock hits the water, then the ripple effects that happen. And that's basically every day that you do healing and improve yourself. That ripple sends. I mean that healing from individual healing then ripples out to hundreds, millions of others. The effect is incredible. As we grow each day and we heal each day, the ripple effect is just immense. And as we progress and more people get on board to do this, it's going to be much more like I said, more relevant in our news and our weather and everything. And things are going to start to change for the better. But so keep it up. Like I said, do the work. Don't like I say, don't think you're in this alone. Please use this as this channel as a resource, just to like, subscribe, and I'll send out a message every day for your betterment, and for all humanity. So love you. Have an awesome day. Thanks.